Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about survival traits, physical versus behavioral adaptations. Now, this might sound a little familiar because it's real similar to what we did when I did the social studies lesson and we talked about physical versus like human characteristics. But now we're talking about survival traits and adaptations in animals. So, everyone should have this visual checklist. This is so you can follow along to know where we are like within the lesson. So you'll see we're going to start with an intro, then there's a learning section, a game, an activity, and then all done. So if you're ever confused on where we are, you'll notice little tabs on my slides that'll tell you which section we're at. Yes, go ahead. You can go there. Feel free to actually check off the boxes if that helps you kind of stay on task and stay focused as we go through. Okay, so just to start, do you see my little intro tab?
Yep.
So that's how you're going to know when we move to a next section. That tab will change. All right. What do we have a picture of here? We have a polar bear, and does anyone know what that big green thing is? Isaac?
A cactus.
Cactus. So how do they stay alive in such different places? Yeah.
Because they all have different adaptations.
Okay. Can someone give me an adaptation of a polar bear? That would help it probably thrive in a very cold place, but it might not like a very warm place.
It has thick fur.
Thick fur. All right, what about a cactus? Now, cactuses are often real dry, hot Arizona. So what do we think?
They're built to stay and live in water.
Yeah, so they don't really need, like we have to go water our garden all the time. Cactus doesn't need that. Does anyone else want to share an adaptation of either picture? Yeah. Go ahead. Yep.
The cactus, it's prickly, has like sharp, I don't know what to call them.
I forget what they're called.
Thorns?
Spines, thorns, pokey thingies. What do you think that helps them with?
Spines, so that stuff don't eat them.
Yep, so less animals are able to eat them. One more, Huddy.
That's it really rains in desert areas. When it rains a little bit, it keeps the water in its trunk. It keeps it in there for a while so it can take little bits so it can live.
Yeah. So we have different adaptations that plants and animals and even we can take to help survive. We have the physical adaptations, which an easy way to think of that is a body tool. Things like your body already has. But a behavioral adaptation is an easy way to think of that as an action tool. So things we do or an animal may do or a plant may have to do to adapt to their surroundings. So what is an adaptation? It is a physical feature or behavior that helps an animal or plant survive. So adaptations can help when we're talking about animals to find food, stay safe, which also kind of helps with the cactus, how less things can eat it, and to help them thrive and live in their habitat. Now, animals can have, like we talked about again, the physical or the body, behavioral things they do. Here is some examples of physical adaptations or their body tools. Some birds have webbed feet. Does anyone know what webbed feet help with? Isaac?
Swimming.
Yep. Helps them be faster in the water. Now, sharp claws. Many different animals have sharp claws. Bo.
Excuse the interruption. I know we are busy doing our biography showcase, but at this time we have a vehicle, a gray Chevy SUV, looks like a trailblazer, license plate number ABX 3038, that is blocking our parent pickup line that will be starting. If you could please move your vehicle. Thank you so much.
Okay, Bo, go ahead.
They help them with protection and eating.
Yep. Hudson.
It helps grip onto things so they don't fall or to tear apart prey to eat.
Yep, because does every animal with claws, are they necessarily a carnivore? Or are there some herbivores? Think of like sloths that climb trees. They have really long, but they're not really a carnivore, or they're not using it as they're not like a fighting animal. Okay, the next one is a picture of a flamingo. Now, a flamingo has a very different beak than the birds we see around here. Does anyone know what flamingos eat? Yeah, Bailey.
these like this green pink stuff?
You know what they are? We eat bigger versions of them.
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Fun fact, you know what color a flamingo is when it's born? Daniela,
It's like gray white.
do we know how they turn pink? Daniela.
Because they eat way too many shrimps, and the shrimp is like orange, pink, red, and their feathers and skin will start turning to pink.
Yep, that's exactly how a flamingo turns pink. Now, there's no animal in the last picture.
Yes, there is.
Where? Yeah, show me. Oh, so what's different about that animal? Mariana. Yep, so this one's classified as body covering. So you see a lot of this with reptiles where they can camouflage. Bless you. Now moving on to behavioral. So these are things animals do. So you're going to see some of the physical characteristics and adaptations, obviously, like duck have webbed feet. But what this picture is showing is they're migrating. Ducks migrate. Why do we think, Isaac?
They migrate so they don't. They because they're not used to the cold weather, so they migrate to a different place where it's warmer.
Yep.
But after like, the winter, when it's cold, and when it's like spring, they come back to live their life.
Yep, and we do have some birds that stay here year round. We have a lot of birds that migrate. Some just come through here while they're going somewhere else. They don't really hang out here very much. Now the next one is hibernation or winter survival. Can someone give me an animal that they know hibernates?
A bear.
A bear. Now why would they hibernate? Melody.
To like keep warm.
Yeah. And like bears, before they hibernate, their body and their mind's like they know, like hibernation time is coming. So they go out and they eat a whole bunch of food. So then they can just like sleep for months, which sounds really nice sometimes, doesn't it? Now, a squirrel. You've probably all seen squirrels running around. They like to hide things. What do they like to hide? Bailey? Yeah. They like to hide their food or they store it. They'll even fill like tree trunks with like a collection for the winter because it's a lot harder to find that food on the ground because of the snow. Now, penguins. This is a picture of a type of animal that likes to live in a group. Some other animals you might think of like wolves or elephants, herds, groups, packs. Why do you think it might be important to some animals to live in big groups? Yeah. Yeah.
Because if they live in groups, then like bees, they like these bees do these things, and these bees do these things.
Yep, and some they have like different jobs. Any other ideas? Yeah, back there.
It can be for many different things. Like penguins, they stay in groups for like when there's storms or when it gets like colder to stay warm.
Yep, so there's many different reasons why that would come in handy. Now, time to play. What's that adaptation? Okay, ants carrying food. This one we're going to get a little movement, so I need everyone to be careful and quiet. The corner by the door is going to be for physical. The corner by the window is going to be behavioral. Carefully and quietly, choose your corner. Ants carrying food, physical or behavioral. And remember, you don't have to follow what everyone else is doing. They could all be wrong, so go with what you think.
Wait, what one?
Behavior, physical. Mhm. Congratulations, we are all correct. And why is that behavioral?
Because they do it to like keep themselves safe. They don't just like have it on their body.
Correct, it is something they do. Round 2. Short class. Pick your corner. Same corners. Behavior, physical. All right, now is this something the animal does or something the animal has? Everyone.
Has.
Good job. Are we ready for round 3?
Yes.
Leopard print fur. All right, girls over there. What made you pick behavioral?
Because behavioral for in case like a predator tries to attack them, they can protect themselves by hiding.
Okay, was that kind of what you were thinking too? Now think of it this way, because I like where your mind went. The fur, is the fur something the animal has or does? Does their body have the fur, or do they make the fur, like in a moment to hide? Or do they already have the fur? So the fur itself would be over there, but the act of hiding, you could say, they're using their physical adaptation and using a behavioral adaptation and kind of combining it for that one. Make sense? Next round. Living in a pack.
I'm trying to think.
Remember, think of the key words. Have it or do it. We are all correct. Now, a wolf doesn't have like a pack attached to them. That'd be a really weird looking wolf. But they choose to live in packs. Now, yes, you might find lone wolves, but they don't thrive as much as they do when they're living in their pack. I believe this is the last one. We have a poison dart frog with poisonous skin. Poisonous skin. Has it or does it? Everybody locked in? We are correct. Give yourselves a round of applause. I lied. There's one more. Bird singing.
It's okay. I never knew that.
So, do they have it or do they do it? All right, give yourselves another round of applause because you're still correct. All right, now everyone find your way back to your spot you started at. Now you will find your next checkpoint is one of the pages you have. It is time for an activity, which is a cut and sort activity. So this one, you kind of have 3 sheets for the same thing. We have a checklist, so you know what order you're going to be doing everything in. So first, what are we going to put on the paper? Logan, what's number 1 on our checklist? What are we going to put on our paper? Next to the pencil. I know. What's the first one then? With the pencil. So the paper you need to write your name on is the like T-chart paper because you're going to be gluing everything onto that paper. Can I hold yours up? This one. So put your name on the top of this page. Step 1, and then you guys can follow your checklist so you're not going out of order. And you guys already have your scissors and your glue. So you're going to see your picture sheet, and you have to decide if that picture is a picture of a physical or a behavioral adaptation, a body tool or an action tool. And you can start whenever you're ready. You can talk with your table if there's any that seem not as straightforward. Just remember to be respectful of what we're talking about. And make sure we skip number 1, which was writing our name on it.
I like
Yes. You guys keep extra scissors. Do you have an extra pair of scissors?
Thank you for attending our biography
You guys
showcase.
can keep working.
At this time, if you have signed up for Express Checkout with your 3rd grade students and siblings, those students who have been pre-notified can head to the common lunchroom area to meet your families and exit the building. Thank you.
Step Curry.
Can I see the scissors?
Are you done with them?
Oh, I think we're supposed to cut that. That's fine.
That is a bird migration.
I'm done. I'm done.
Here, check your checklist. What does it say to do when you're all done? Thank you guys. Did you already put on the I'm not telling. No. Yep, just bring it over, Becky. When you get to the turn-in bin section, that just means give it to me. You can set it on the standing desk. Thank you, Connor. Perfect.
Ellie, you go now too.
Yep, then you glue it down. That's what you have to decide. And then once you guys finish and put it over here on the stand up desk, that is all I have for you. You guys can talk it out.
I did, but yes, I don't know if you're saying.
Physical is like what your body does.
Yes.
But you put it in the middle.